Alright, what's up, folks? Here we are in our weekly strategy call where we take a look at really the game plan going into this week. Really looking at not a lot is going to go off. So very first thing we'll do, of course, is to take a look at what's going to go off. We just have two positions. These are actually, we take a look at this. There are two trades here. So we did one on the 15th, one on the 21st. We've got this spread and then an 18.25 and then an 18.27. We've got both of those that we want to get off at 5 cents. You can see that they're at 9 cents right now, both of them. So we're just going to look at letting those. We've got a GTC order for those to come off. Okay, so that's really what we're looking at for this expiration. And then, if we get some of these others off, that would be great too. Almost all of these have GTC orders associated with these specific trades. Okay, so that is the game plan going into this week for our expirations that are nearest to us. Okay, let's take a look at our Analyze tab and let's just go over the full portfolio. So let's go to Positions, Apple. Dust. Okay, let's click the right one. Apple. Okay, so as you can see here in Apple, we are, fine. Still in an 80% probability of profit. We're, of course, going to try to get this off early for half the credit. So as you can see, really just trying to do that. February 19th expiration, so a lot of time for this trade to work. All right, Dust is beginning to get to the point where we're nearing a month expiration. So Dust is interesting, and I'll actually pull up the Dust chart here. We're at a 68.82% probability of profit. We also have a GTC order. Let's just see what that is. There we go. GTCs. We're 33 days away, so we're getting close. So we have this ready to go off at 40 cents. So we want to get another dollar out of this trade here. Dust has really been a pretty big mover since we had it. Let's see when we open this trade. So view trades. So we opened it on the 19th. So we've been holding close to a month now on this one. So on the 19th. We sold on this day then, right? So we opened the position on this day. We went all the way up to 24 and a quarter, right? And as low as 19.50. And the reason for that is, of course, GTEC, which it tracks, has been kind of all over the place. We put it in on this day, so as you can see, we essentially see the opposite there, but this just churn, right? We're playing for this churn, we're playing for the leverage nature. Now this is a 2-buy, and I don't normally do a lot of 2-buys, right? 2 leveraged. However, because this one was indeed oversold, right, on all of our metrics, actually I did it on this day, right? So we were getting towards oversold on the 2 RSI. We were at what is this, 42 on the 14 RSI, so we still had a little bit more time left. And had we pinned here, so we were early, right? We were early on the trade, but it doesn't really matter, right? I'm not playing these necessarily for the perfect entry, and that's one of the reasons why the strategy works so well, is we don't have to play the perfect entry on that. And so, we're going to continue to just let it churn. I just messed up the view of that. I'll have to adjust Dust, right? But I don't play for the perfect entry, so it's one of the reasons why this Dust position's so good. Of course, we'll roll if we gotta roll it. Okay, gold. I've got 2 positions on in gold here. Let's take a look at the one that's the closest to expiration. We are now getting pretty close here. We're 18 days away from expiration on this particular position, so we should start seeing some really quick and heavy theta decay, right? And you can see 4 cents a day there. So we've got a GTC order for 6 cents, I believe, on this particular position. We got 30 on it. This particular position Gold's kind of been in a similar fashion. Here, you know, gold has been all over the place, and I really thought we were going to have to make an adjustment on this day, and we've got some nice relief back, you know, on this particular position, which was great. So really looking for this position to continue to just get us into really above this line, right above this low, which is now support for us. Then on that day, we actually plugged this particular position in, get some extra credit on this gold position. Really gonna see nice profit here. I really don't see by the 15th of next month, so basically a month, right, us even getting close to this. I mean, right, we're at a 95% probability of profit on this trade. So gold is looking really good for us. Our positions in gold are looking really, really good for us right now. All right, Lab D. A couple positions on in Lab D. Traded Lab D a lot over the last couple of days, last week or so. So our January 29th position, closest to expiration, right, showing a 70% probability of profit. And then our March one, still slightly in the money, right? But again, really playing this, you know, grind. So, and this position's really nice because we're already up, even though we're still slightly in the money for our short call, right? But then when we look at the risk to reward ratio, it's just fantastic. I mean, we're looking at like 40%, close to 40% on this particular trade, right? So really nice R over R there with Lab D. McDonald's is fine. PG came up on our scan, same with McDonald's over here. Where is PG? Okay, so we had a little bit of relief here in PG. So, you know, this is where we're at with PG. But it's closer to oversold, which is why we got into this particular position. SOXS, really have had a lot of success there in SOXS. I mean, we just had traded, let's just go 45 days. 9 orders filled. Looks like we need to go even further than 45 days. Just have really been trading, there it is, trading this a lot over the last 2 months, right? And really seeing just huge amounts of profit versus our credit, right? So $2.69, $1, $1.52, $1.77, $2.56, $45, $45, $90, right? $1.18, $1.18, $2.95, right? So we're seeing tons of credit come in, really small debits go out. So really like SOXS. We're in our February, so we still got a lot of time on these trades. I mean, we've been holding them for some time now because we got so much. I mean, 11.27, so not that long. Let's see what this one was. 11.27, 11.9, right? So we've now had this position on for more than a month, but seeing nice amounts of profit here. I could see this trade going off pretty soon. And then we'd have to make the decision, right? Do we go ahead and add another one because we're still greater than 60 days out, or do we go out to May? I don't really want to go out to May. So I'd probably see if I could squeeze in just a little bit more credit here in this particular position, right? I don't know what we would do. Maybe like a 1923. See what kind of credit we get. 130. I don't like it. But it is, see, that's closer, 245. You could take that off for $1, a couple of contracts. You could eke out another nice little bit of profit, saying that, you know, it doesn't spike on us. But I'll see if we get one off in the next 7 days, then I might consider putting yet another one on for February. If not, you know, we'll just hold that capital until it opens up for March. So it's kind of the name of the game there. Okay, SPXU. SPXU's been a little frustrating. We just got one off. We've been here on this 6.5 strike for some time now. 11.27 again, so 2 weeks, close to 3 weeks there. 26 days to expiration. Beginning to run a little bit out of time on this particular position, right? Normally I'd like to see us having grinded. Where is 11.27? So let's just take a look. 11.27. Let's see where SPY was on 11.27 versus where it's at now. $11.27. So basically even. And I know I was in the money a little bit, right? I was in the money a little bit when I put the trade on, and so there has been some decay for sure in this security. So it's fine. It is what it is. We'll continue to make this work. You can see that my 8.5 by 10 just went off, which was really solid. Okay, UVXY. UVXY is the kind of the granddaddy of our trading system. As you can see here, we've got a lot of securities on. 18th, we talked about that. That's going to come off. 24th, still fine with our short strike at 16. 31st, we've got an iron butterfly on, right? So this iron butterfly, as we come down, is centered over 10. Let's see what we got. Let's just adjust. I think it's a 10.22. Yeah, that's right, 10.22. Yep. So as you can see, we're up a little bit, but if I could just continue to get some decay here into the end of the month and pin as close as possible to 10, I've got zero risk on the downside, right? Zero risk on the downside on this particular position, but that's why it looks so funny. But you got a nice, if we get to 10 and I'm able to pin 10, we see a really nice week to end the year there. January 8th. I've got a naked call on here. Let's just take that off. Naked call here. Don't really like that I have this naked call on. That was a trade that I put on Twitter that I just kind of threw out there. Just wanted to see where it was going to stick. And it stuck. So, and that's it. It's a 17. Here we go. So 12, 17. This is 15.5, right? So I've got plenty of, not plenty, but I've got some leeway here. And I'm staying small, which is really the name of the game there. Okay, and XLU added this late in the week. Get a little bit of credit on there. So January 29th. Quite a ways to expiration, so we get XLU. We've got 47 days. We're under 50 now, but we've got 47 days left. Of course, all of these that we're either selling puts or selling calls on, we have different strategies, right, for risk management and trade adjustments. So we, of course, all these puts, if we get challenged to that end, we'll just roll down and out for us in order to, stave and kind of save some of these trades should they begin to go against us. Okay, let's take a look at the week and kind of what we're going to be doing, major market indicators for daily video. Okay, so let's really just take a look at our major indexes here, our indices, as we load. Alright, IMW, right, just on an insane tear. We had a down day, but I mean, look at just this, like 156. I mean, we're up an insane amount really quickly, but we're just going to continue to watch this moving average exponential, right? A close below it, and then we might take a look at some short-term either puts or short-term sold call credit spreads. Okay, we go here, RUT, as you can see, very similar here. VIX, wonder if we're seeing the same rounding here. As of right now, we're seeing that VX is down 2%. Okay, so we're down 2% from the close. That'll obviously impact our VIX here, but there we go. Let's not do that. There we go. Okay. You know, so we see here that, you know, we're around it. It's going to have some level of an impact on us for sure. So, all right, let's continue to move along. VIX here. Just crush, right? Just crushed here on our VXX. Continue to move along here. UVXY, again, one of our primary trading instruments. UVXY just crushed again, especially post the election here, which I guess was this day right here. Yeah, you could tell what those days were, right? So we see, and we're just continuing to play this long-term trend here in UVXY. Gold, we talked a little bit about GLD and our position in gold. Here are our futures down, you know, a tenth and a half of a percent. So we're just going to monitor and continue to watch gold and see if we can get any potential plays here in gold. Dow Jones Industrial Average, again, we got right here on the 200 and have since just blown through this. You know, we'll watch for a close here below this exponential moving average, right? We'll continue to watch for a close under there, but unless we get that, you know, we'll continue to remain bullish. You have our Qs. Crude, right? Crude had a really nice high for the first time in quite a while. So gonna certainly watch our Qs. SPX. So let's take a look at SPX. All right. You can see, right, SPX. Really good looking there. Alright. Yes. Nothing else really that I want to necessarily talk through. But as you can see, right, so a lot of our major indices continuing to stay above our 9 exponential moving average. We're continuing to watch that play out. We're continuing to remain bullish until we have a reason not to be bullish, right? We're not going to try to time it. We're just going to continue for the strategy to you know, play itself out. We're going to continue to watch for RSI, you know, RSI opportunities. I mean, looking here, really GTEC would be the only thing that I would want to get into, but we already have our dust position, right? So we already have our dust position. So I'm not necessarily going to want to go bullish on GTEC right now. Even then, you know, we go out to January. I don't know that I'm bullish enough right now, especially without a solid chart pattern, to, you know, to sell this put. I just don't know that I am. All right, so we're going to continue to watch for any movement under 40, and ideally under 35 and under 30 there. Not seeing anything for our leveraged ETFs. IV percentile, our IV percentile is just destroyed, really because of what happened earlier in the year. So I'm not necessarily looking to play any plays that look at just IV. Vol, of course, we're always going to watch Vol. We're watching it getting just crushed right now. Again, watching for these RSI. You see MCD, but other than that, you're not really seeing anything low on the RSI. PG has moved forward, right? Nothing coming up on our scans. Our inverse 3 buys, right? We're going to continue to watch those, but again, really going to play the ones that we know every week, and this week is an SQQQ week, and so we'll be putting for the first expiration period in February a SQQQ play. Take advantage of that volatility. That'll be later in the week, right? So we want to find these other opportunities for trades, and really nothing's coming up on the long trade, which is what we would sell puts on. Okay, and so we're just going to be patient, let the trades come to us, and that's really the game plan. Okay, now we've had a fantastic October, November. Going to continue to try to have a great December, and we've already started with a really solid December. And so that's really just where we're at, and kind of how the trading is going. Now, if you have any questions, reach out to me at Ryan, RYAN, @sellthatoption. Otherwise, let's have a great week.